Hello and welcome. My name is Amanto Kumo and here I'm gonna read for you some novel. This program is brought to you because I'm interested in how storytelling and my concern about my English speaking, so I get my chance to train my speaking English from this. Hope you enjoy it. And I'm gonna read for you a novel called Everybody is Kung Fu Fighting While I Start a Farm. Author Oof. Chapter 1. This world is very dangerous. Sensational. A red fox the size of a calf spotted in the snowfields of Tasing Anling. It has two wings growing over its back, speaks human language and breathes flames. A brave old lady in her 80s has captured two captives by moving quicker than both. Foreign media is shocked. Does Hua Nation Kung Fu really exist? Old Taoist priest takes to the air on a white crane. Magic? Immortal? Yesterday, a third grader of our city broke the world record of weightlifting by carrying a tractor with one hand. Jin Yintan Village, Lingzhou City, Hebei. Jiang He was staring bewilderedly at his phone screen inside a brick-and-mortar village house. It was just 2 hours since he had transmigrated to this world. He had been very thrilled at the start. The history and culture of this world was very similar to the previous world. In fact, Jiang He was considering how he should build an empire of culture with the novels, visual arts and music knowledge he had in his mind. That was when he realized that the qi in this world had been revalidated, leaving him with the impulse of cursing out. How was he supposed to become Wen Chao Gong? He could die without knowing if he's not careful. That's not right. Those videos and posts that were uploaded online would be promptly forwarded, which means the departments concerned are still intent on keeping those things secret. Could it be that the revival of Qi has just started? Pocketing his phone, Jiang He fell into deep thought. Generally speaking, the revival of Qi was usually brought about by various coincidences. Could he perhaps exploit those? Exploiting the opportunity to train himself into a peerless champion, rising to the pinnacle of humankind. Forget it. How am I supposed to exploit anything with this body of mine? Winged fogs that breathe flames are already here. Who knows what other monster there would be? I'll get myself killed first, even before I could exploit anything. Lying on his bed, Jiang He began to reject his own idea in his head. Others would awaken a system the moment they transmigrate, match with cheat items, and immediately become peerless champions. Compared to them, wouldn't I be a fake transmigrator? And yet, even as he cursed away, a clear jingle rang in his head. Ding! System activated. Binding. Binding complete. The Greater Starter Pack has been awarded to host. Please check at your leisure. Jiang He jumped off his bed with a quiver, finding lines of data appearing before his eyes. Name: Jiang He. Cultivation: none. Ability: none. Owned land: 888 meters square. Farm level 1. System backpack 3 box. System shop locked. Farm points 0. Land? Farm? What system is this? Even as the thought crossed his mind, Jiang He turned toward the system backpack, which was similar to the item bar in other games, with each box representing one space where an item could be placed, and in the first box lay a golden embroidered sack, the Greater Starter Pack. Ding! Congratulations, host. You have obtained the cucumber seed. Congratulations, host. You have obtained 500 farm points. Is that it? Jiang He was once bewildered, almost vomiting a mouthful of blood. Other great starter packs would give a natural spirit gem, 9 orifices golden palette, godly art, or ancient sake form. Even the next best would have a restoration palette that strengthens you with decades of cultivation, or $1 billion for starting investments. And all I get is one cucumber seed? One? It would at least have been acceptable if it was a bag. After he had complained for half-beat and the system did not react at all, Jiang He decided he was forced to accept reality, and hence consoled himself. Maybe the cucumber seed produced by the system is just special? Jiang He hence drew out the cucumber seed from the system backpack. Whoa! He almost jumped. The cucumber seed was at least the size of a thumb and entirely golden, with a faint sweet scent flowing from it. Then a series of data appeared before his eyes. Cucumber seed. Attribute: cold-proof, heat-proof, short maturing cycle, high yield. Is this really a cucumber seed? Jiang He was himself a farmer's apprentice to the core. Had he not seen any crop that could be planted in space? Even so, he had really never heard of a cucumber seed that was this huge. Moreover, he had few memories and learned that he was an orphan. Both his parents had passed away when he was 3, and he lived with his grandfather since then. His grandfather, in turn, died of a serious illness when he was second-year university student. After handling his grandfather's funeral matters, Jiang He continued his studies while working part-time, and only returned to this village after he graduated last year, and this time working odd jobs while looking for a proper job. He had also inherited a yard his grandfather had left him. It was 2 mu and therefore quite large, with 3 brick-tiled houses in it along with a 1 mu wide orchard. However, the orchard had been managed for years, with every fruit tree and peach tree almost dead following several years of continuous drought. Therefore, when Jiang He had returned to the village, he uprooted every last tree, plowing the ground before planting some fruits and vegetables in the coming spring. What a coincidence! Let's try planting the cucumber. Arriving in the orchard, Jiang He dug a hole with his bare hands and dumped the cucumber seed inside. He glanced at the system, noticing that the system shop, which was yet to be unlocked, was open after he obtained 500 farm points. But perhaps his clearance was still too low. He could only buy one type of item at the moment: nitrogen fertilizer, 1 pellet for 100 farm points. Jiang He's mouth was hanging open. Even if he was a real university student in his own right, only "oh shit" described his state of mind at the moment. He had of course heard of nitrogen fertilizers, which was also known as pea essence, that enrich the soil and promotes the growth of crops. That being said, they were usually sold in bags of 50 kilograms that cost up to 80 or 90 bucks. So, why would this system sell it by single pellets? Maybe it's a special fertilizer like the cucumber seed? Jiang He therefore redeemed one, and it was just as he had thought. That single pellet of nitrogen fertilizer was the size of a fish, crystal clear and glowed faintly. Indeed, it looked nicer than a pearl. Jiang He hands threw it into the small hole, burying it beneath the soil, and returned to his room. He was about to water it, however, he was left completely dumbstruck when he returned to the orchard with a half bucket of water. There, A cucumber sprout had grown out of the soil in the exact spot where he buried the cucumber seed, and it was still growing rapidly at a rate visible to the naked eye. And that's the end of chapter 1. Hope you enjoy it. Thank you. See you soon.